electron, and what happens, it will form Cl minus ions. Now if you see here, Na plus and Cl minus will combine together to form your compound, that is NaCl, which is having basically your ionic bond formation. This is the simplest example that shows that ionic bond is formed by transfer of electrons. Now we can understand the characteristics of the ionic compound. What are the characteristics? Characteristics of ionic compound. The first point that we can write here is that they are formed by transfer of electrons. Second thing, they are soluble in water. Third thing that we have to remember is they exist in solid form generally. Fourth thing, that is aqueous solution of ionic compounds conduct electricity. And the last thing that one has to remember is melting point and boiling point of these compounds, of ionic compounds, are high. So these are the characteristics that one has to remember while defining the ionic compound. That is, we can repeat, it is formed by transfer of electrons, soluble in water, they exist in the solid form generally, aqueous solution of these ionic compounds generally conduct electricity. Then the fifth point, that is melting point and boiling point of these ionic compounds are generally very high. Similarly, we can take up the another bond, that is your covalent bond. Now what is this covalent bond? Here, in case of covalent bond, it is formed by sharing of electron pair. There, in case of ionic bond, it was transfer of electron, but in case of covalent bond, it is sharing of the electron pair that one has to remember. Now we will take up the example to understand how this covalent bond is formed. Let us take the example of your chlorine, Cl2 molecule. Now we have chlorine configuration, atomic number having the 17, so configuration having 2, 8 and 7. It means if I want to show, I can show it like this. This is a chlorine. I can put 7 electrons into the outermost orbital, that is like this. Now what happens? Another chlorine molecule, right, that is going to form a covalent bond with chlorine molecule. That is can be shown. For distinguishing it, we can put up the cross sign, and look here, we can put up like this. Now what happens? This chlorine and this chlorine will together form the bond, and hence we can now show how the pairing occurs. This electron and this electron basically pairs together, and hence you can write the rest things similar. You can put the dots like this. These are the electrons, and we can show the pairing like this into the diagram. So what happens? If you see here, your chlorine is sharing one electron pair, and hence we can say here that your chlorine is forming the single bond. So depending on the shared electron pair, this bond varies. Okay, we can take another example of the covalent bond. That is, you can write here, that is O2 molecule, your oxygen O2 case. So if we want to find, in case of oxygen, your atomic number is 8. So you can write as 2,6 configuration like this. So what we will do is, we can show the things. You have one oxygen, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have another oxygen that is going to form the covalent bond, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is there. Now what happens? These two pairs are shared between the two oxygen atoms. So we will draw it again. We can put here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and from this electron pair will come. So we can share it here. So what happens here? If you look here, this is a one pair of electron, this is a another pair of electron. It means what? That your oxygen is going to form the double bond because two electron pairs are shared. Okay, that one has to remember, and that's result into formation of your O2 molecule. Okay, now we can do one thing. We can differentiate between your ionic bond and covalent bond, so that we can have the idea about the different case. Let us write the difference. Now you have ionic bond. Okay, on the another side you can say ionic bond, or you can say that they are the basically ionic compounds. Same thing you can write here covalent bond, or you can write here covalent compounds. Now let us try to just put up into the form of difference. Okay, what happens when we try to relate them? The first thing that comes to the mind is to write the definition. So we can write the definition as, it is formed by transfer of electron. Remember, it is formed by transfer of electron, and here it is formed by sharing of electron pair. Okay, now the second point that comes to the mind is, they are soluble in water. So you can write here soluble in water. Here you can write soluble in, or you can write soluble in polar solvents, or you can write it as insoluble in water to relate it. Means they are soluble in organic solvents. This we have to remember. The third point that comes to the mind is, melting point and boiling points of these ionic compounds are high. Okay, and here you can write melting point and boiling points are low. The fourth point, in case of ionic compounds and covalent compounds, you can see here they exist generally in solid form. In case of covalent compound, they exist in liquid or gaseous form. You can take up the example in the fifth point, that is, example is formation of NaCl, and here you can write it for reference, that is, example formation of O2, okay, that you can write, or Cl2 molecule. Thank you so much for being with us in today's session. This much is enough. Thank you so much.